Welcome to this week's episode of Man Talk, where we talk about man stuff and stuff men talk about. Even stuff men ought to talk about, but won't. On this week's episode, I'd like to talk to you about the subject of survival. Men have been surviving for a long time, and no, I'm not just talking about when she tried to cook that one meal that one time. I'm talking about bigger things, like taxes and traffic. But even bigger than that, natural disasters and big snowstorms and tornadoes and hurricanes and floods and what about conflict? Oh, absolutely, wars and battles and think about World War II and the bombing of Pearl Harbor and then what built and culminated until we came to V-Day. And at V-Day, we celebrated survival. So I want to talk to you a little bit about surviving V-Day. Surviving V-Day. That's right. Today we're going to talk about surviving Valentine's Day. First, let's talk about gifts. There are certain gifts that should be avoided for certain reasons on Valentine's Day. The most obvious gifts, of course, would be flowers and chocolate. So let's talk about that. Flowers. Your wife wants flowers. $50, sometimes $60 worth of flowers that are just going to die in less than a week. She'll throw them out. Well, I have a better idea. Why don't you just take that $50, $60 and throw them in the trash can? Skip the middleman, right? What your wife really wants is to spend time with you. So take that extra money that you would have spent on flowers and spend it on bullets. And then take your wife to the range, and then she can spend more time with you because you have more bullets. You'll be able to stay at the range longer. Here's the deal with going to the range on Valentine's Day, okay? Perfectly in line with the spirit. It's perfectly in line with the spirit of the holiday, okay? Think about it. Cupid, the master and designer of Valentine's Day, flies around with his bow and arrow, shooting everybody in the heart. Hello? Go to the shooting range. How about the other one? Candy. Chocolate. Women love chocolate, right? Well, should you buy her 50 pounds of chocolate? I mean, does that seem like a good idea to you? Let's rewind to a few days prior when she asked,
"Do I look fat in this dress?"
Yeah, remember that? And remember the battle that went on in your head? Well, let's imagine if we had 50 pounds of chocolate to that equation. Maybe not the best move you've made this year. Let's just skip the chocolate altogether. If you've ever survived anything in your life, then you know preparation is key. If you've got a bug-out vehicle, a bug-out bag, you know you've got your first aid kit in there. Maybe you've got some meals ready to eat. Maybe you've got some knives and bullets and matches and stuff that you can survive. Well, let's talk about preparing to survive for Valentine's Day. Here's what you need to do. Nothing. Valentine's Day is a made-up holiday by card companies that wanted to sell more cards. Don't help them. Okay? Last minute, on your way home from work, if you're gonna buy flowers, which I've already explained why that's a terrible idea, but if you're going to, just pick up whatever is left over at the store. Maybe swing by the truck stop and buy something nice and shiny. Don't worry about preparing for a made-up holiday. Now, long term, because we know that Valentine's Day is coming again and again. It's like winter. It comes around, same time, every year. So how do you survive in the future? Well, I'm telling you that the easiest way is to train your wife to know what to expect and what not to expect on Valentine's Day. That makes future survival for you and for generations down the line much easier. So if you're the guy who brings home 50 pounds of chocolate and 24 dozen red roses, trying to make the rest of us look bad and giving your wife something to post on Facebook, "Oh look, my man loves me so much." If you're that guy, you're making survival for the male race that much harder for the rest of us. So stop it. all seriousness, well, I guess the rest of this video has been kind of serious too. But on top of that seriousness, if it takes one day out of the year for your wife to know that you love her, I think I'd question your manhood in general.